I really love me.
So welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a video for the girls and for whoever has a cooch. Let me tell you something. Before I got my periods, my mom always used to tell me about it. She had the conversation, like the sad conversation that you're supposed to have with your child. So I'm gonna do this with you guys. I might as well invite my mom on because she's very good to talk about these things. She's a very good teacher. My mom is a Gemini, so that's why. So first of all, we're gonna talk about some hacks, how I got my periods in the first time, to literally make you feel less weird about it, feel like less uncomfortable about it. Like if it happens for the first time, you kind of feel like freaked out or whatever. I don't want you guys to feel like this, so I'm doing my best. I'm gonna do my best, all right? I'm kind of in a rush right now, so this video might not come out how I wanted it to come out, but I promise you're gonna have something. Before I start, a lot of people told me that when they were of age, like 12 for the girls and whoever had to have a cooch. I'm gonna say the girls, but I don't matter you folks, just know I love you, right? If I forget to mention you guys, I'm not excluding you. You are deep in my heart, all right? Let's go. So whoever has a cooch will have their periods one day. And what are periods? Periods
is normal the natural part of a healthy monthly cycle for a person with a uterus and ovaries. Every month, in the years between puberty, typically age 11 to 14, and menopause, typically about age 51, your body readies itself for pregnancy. The lining of your uterus thickens and an egg grows and is released from one of your ovaries. If pregnancy doesn't occur, estrogen and progesterone levels fall, eventually hitting a level that tells your body to begin menstruation. During your period, the uterus sheds its lining and its past, along with some blood out of the body through the vagina.
So I'm not gonna mention the trigger words, all right? I'm gonna put the emojis instead of saying the words, all right? So this video don't get monetized. If it ever gets monetized, subscribe. And I'm giving you advice. Like, subscribe, share with your other friends. And this video is basically meant for the 2010 girlies who are becoming so much more insecure. I'm very close to y'all because I have my cousin, and my cousin had a very weird relationship with her periods. So this motivated me to give you guys little advice about having your periods, because my cousin is very insecure. I consider her as a sister. So shout out to you, babes. I love you. And I realized a lot of people didn't have the talk, you know, the sex talk that you're supposed to have with your kids. Some people don't have that just because their parents don't know how to talk with them about it. Some kids just are not open-minded enough to take this topic serious. So I'm gonna do it, all right? In the second video, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna I'm gonna do it. So how I got my periods in the first day. So I was 11 or 12. I don't remember. It was in March. I think I was in 4th or 5th grade. All right. I was about to go in middle school. And I was kind of mature. And I already knew how to put a pad on because my mom would show me. And I used to watch. And I was like, that's how you put it? It's weird. Why do we have these wings? And they don't look pretty on a penny. So she told me it's not the only way. She told me there are tampons. She told me we're gonna talk about it later. This day, I was sleeping, all right? And I woke up in the morning. It was Saturday. I remember it was Saturday morning. And I went to the bathroom. I put my panties down and I sat. And you know when you're sitting down with your panties on, you can see like what's inside your panties. And I saw a little bit of blue. It's not red, it was brown, okay? So if yours is brownish, it's fine, all right? But it's gonna take a little bit of time, maybe 1 year or 2 years to get to a reddish type of color, you know? But that's what happened to me. It was brown for the first year, like the first 6 months, it was brownish. It was still red, but it was more on a brownish side, all right? Don't go out and have sex. You're not gonna be grown. It's not a flex. Take your time. So I was watching and I saw, oh my God, I'm my period. I was grown. I'm a woman now. Everyone was like, and I went to see my mom and I'm like, Mama, I need a pad. And she said,
What do you need that pad for?
I'm like, I have my period. She was like,
What do you have?
My period.
What? I can't hear you. You know you can talk louder than that. When you're talking back at me when I talk to you, you talk way louder than that. And you actually speak louder than me. So speak up, girly pop.
And I said, Mama, I have my period. She was like,
Oh my God, my baby.
my mama cried. I was like, my baby is a grown girl. Now, she didn't do all that, all right? I'm adding a little bit of spice.
You thought I was feeling you?
No. I saw the tears. I saw her whipping the tears out of her eyes. She was like, here's the pad. And I was like, Mom, always proud of me for becoming a woman. Oh my God. So I'm Haitian, all right? And I'm black. And in our families, we don't really express that much love and emotions. So you have to read the faces, you have to read the voice, you have to read the attitude, all right? Mom is not gonna apologize. My mom's like, what do you wanna eat? And that's her way of saying, I'm sorry, babes, I love you. After that, she gave me the pad and she was like, do you know how to put it on? I'm like, Mom, you literally teach me how to do it when I was like 9 years old. Of course I know how to put a pad on it. And she was like, but you cannot wear tampons. Now it might hurt you a little bit. You might not know how to put it on, so you're sticking with the pads. So I want to know in the comments down below what you use. And talking about protection methods, I'm gonna tell you a few protection methods that I know, okay? So first, this is the most common one. This is the pad. It's very simple. Let me go look for a pad for you guys. So this is the pad. Please use the biggest ones. I don't care how small, how big your cooch is. Use the bigger one for maxi protection. This might feel like a diaper. This doesn't really matter. It protects you, and when I started using the big ones, my panties started being less dirty. So use the biggest one. This is one part of the tips. I'm gonna give you the tips later on, but this is one tip that I have for you guys. You should find what works for you the best, and I'm talking about the pad, the tampon, the cup, the menstrual cup, the pennies, the liners for people who have a small cycle, like a small amount of blood. Usually the tampons are the ones people are the most scared of, and the cup, because you have to actually slide it inside of you. But I think these are the most safe and kind of leaking, if that makes sense. But this has a lot of responsibility. So if you know it got to stay clean. The pad, all right? And when you're using your pad, don't use it for more than 4 to 6 hours, all right? 6 hours is actually a lot for a pad. It's so hot. I might as well film my glow up video. Is it too early to film a glow up video? Tell me down below if you want to see a glow up video. I might do the season 2 of my glow up series if y'all want to. You should not have a tampon on for more than 4 hours. And I don't care if you use the big one. So if you use the cup, wash the cup. Be clean, don't be dirty. We're talking about what is possibly gonna make you have kids. We're gonna talk about what possibly will give you infections. So take care of it. About cleaning downstairs, I don't recommend using soap inside. Like if you have hair, I don't recommend shaving if you're like young, okay? It's basically worthless to shave because you're giving bacteria more room to get in your body and cause possible infections. So don't shave. You don't need a shave. You don't need a wax. Your bush is cute, babes. Period. Own it. I recommend also, if you're using whatever protection, when you're changing them, like when you're changing your tampon, your pad, etc., to wash downstairs. So I saw a girl on TikTok using, the thing like you just basically, it's not closed, it's not open. You have to apply a lot of pressure on it so it like distributes the water, and you just, even when you're in public, you can just clean up and it might do the job. Feeling weird or sensitive or mad or whatever when you first have your periods, or maybe 20 years after having your first periods, it's totally normal. Don't believe the guys at school were telling you, do you act like that because you have a period? I'd be like, yeah, and why you acting like that? You're such a jerk. What's your motive? At least me, I have my periods. What's your motive? What do you have to say for acting like such a jerk? What do you have to say? What excuse do you have to be acting like such a jerk? Speak right now, speak. Yeah, I was that girl at school. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to like normalize the fact that you can feel weird, you can feel extra sensitive, and you can be mad or cry about everything. It's all right? It's good, you're fine, you're totally normal, you're a girl, and your hormones are just doing their things in your body, and you cannot like control them, so you might as well let them be and be free of your feelings, because feelings are meant to be expressed, so don't overthink it. All right, you might as well have cramps. Cramps are the bad part, and I don't think there's any positive part about your uterus partially being disintegrated. I don't think there's anything positive about it. But the worst thing is cramps, and cramps are basically like your uterus contracting to get the blood cut out. So it's basically nature telling you, fuck you, bitch, you don't want to have a child? Then this what's gonna happen to you. Mic drop. It's not fair, I know it's not fair, but it's all right, you know, you're not gonna die, it's gonna go away. You're gonna have it again, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. But I have some few tips for you guys to help you. Stay at the end of the video for the tips. And it's not your regular schmegular tips. So I wanted to tell you guys, if you wanna cry.
Nobody gives a fuck.
All right, nobody actually gives a fuck. Nobody cares. There's so many shit are happening in the world right now. You think someone will be thinking about you crying because you had a periods like 10 years after school ends? I don't think so. A weird person like me and you just want to hide in the bathroom to cry because you're oversensitive and you get offended by everything, all right? It's not that deep, all right? Your feelings are, but the situation right now you're feeling like that, it's not that deep. The pain you're feeling right now, if you currently have your periods, I'm praying for yourself because I know the pain. I love you. Don't be scared to tie a scarf around your waist. It's gonna apply pressure to your lower belly and it's gonna make you feel a lot better. It's something that I've been seeing a lot of girls in my country doing and they feel better. There's some girls that I know, like my best friend's sister, she cannot function with her period pain. When you have your periods, you might be feeling like you should stay in bed all day and rot, but please walk around your house or your apartment and do some exercise. Just try to be productive. Don't stay in bed. I know it's very temptatious. Does that word even exist? Anyway, you want to be like cozy, you want to stay in bed, you want to sleep. Sleeping is okay. You can sleep, all right? But don't stay in bed all day like I do. You might as well want to take some vitamin C. You might as well want to take some iron because your body is literally pushing out. So you might lack a little bit of iron and you might feel a little bit weaker. So you might as well want to take some vitamin C. Get your high iron intake. I discovered that bananas, the potassium makes me feel a lot better, but it increases the diarrhea. I don't know which one you prefer, the bellyache, the diarrhea, I don't know. So you choose. Do yoga. Do yoga. You can do yoga on your bed. The baby position helps me a lot. And you know, when you have your 4 feet, your hands and your feet open and up like you about to give birth, it helps a lot. I want also to tell you guys, period pains are not normal. It's called dysmenorrhea here, and it actually is kind of dangerous. Take deep breathing, meditate, listen to music, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're holding tension in your lower area, and you're contracting your perineum. Je sais qu'on dit périnée en français. I'm crazy. So you might as well release the tension and try to push and to do perineal work. You know the work they do with the Kegel eggs? You might as well want to do it and contract and boo with your perineal. It might feel like it's weird, but sometimes it's gonna hurt just because you need to pee. You might feel like your belly's hurting you because you're hungry. It might hurt you because you need to pee. So check and have a snack. All right. So there's this hack that I saw and I thought it was fake, all right? It was to drink some hot water. I tried to drink the hot water. It worked, all right? It worked. It relieved my pain, but it wasn't for long. So I don't know what to say and if you should do it, but drink some hot water and eat some dark chocolate. And I'm talking about the unsweetened dark chocolate. I mean 75% dark chocolate. Don't have dairy. This is something that I realized. Please don't have dairy when you're in a period. Your acne is gonna get worse. I realized that when you walk barefoot on the ground, and I don't mean the ground of your home, I mean outside, on like a hot surface, it relieved the pain. You might as well heat up your socks. So I think that's all I have. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Thank you for watching this video. I love you guys, and I'm gonna take some pictures. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and that's it for this video. You know I love you. Please like, share, subscribe. I need it. Thank you. Bye.